So the last thing that I'm going to talk about is going to be the speak screen option that you have that we already enabled earlier on in this tutorial. Speak screen is pretty neat. It removes the selection aspect. Instead of selecting every single thing that you want read, if you just want the entire screen to be read, that is also something that you have access to. So I am at my home screen again, and what I want you to double check and make sure is that you do have your speak screen toggled on, so it should be green. Again, if you don't remember how to get there, it's in your settings app under general, tap on accessibility, speech, and here where it says speak screen, make sure that it is not off, make sure that it is toggled on. So I'm going to go back to my home screen and I'm going to open up Safari. I am still on the Texas Almanac website. So I want this entire page read to me. In order to have this entire page read to me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe down with two fingers from the very top of the screen. After I swipe down, I'm going to get this little black bar on the screen with some options. It's going to have the tortoise and the hare, the turtle and the rabbit. Those control the speed of the voice that it's reading at. You also have a pause button, and then you have also an exit out. After it starts reading, the bar is going to move over to the left, and it's going to have a little arrow. So that way it's not in the way. It's going to move over to the left. And I'll show you in just a second. After I swipe down, I'm going to read everything that's on the page. Now, if you want every single little heading to be read, then that's fine. But you might just want the information that's here, the words. You might not need every single little thing on the side to be read to you, or even the top. Because as soon as I swipe down, that's what it's going to do. It's going to read everything at the top, everything here. It's going to read the sides, and then it's going to read all of this until it gets all the way to the bottom. And it's even going to read the bottom part. Now, if I just want words, you might notice something up here. And after you go to texasalmanac.com, which I'm going to do here, you might notice that it says Reader Available. Anytime that you see Reader Available there in your address bar, that means that this website can be kind of like condensed. And when you select your reader, it gives you only the word information. So this really helps when you're using your screen reader, because it eliminates everything that's not your actual word information that you want, but kind of like the meat of what you really, really want, and not the extra additional. So again, I'm going to show you where it says Reader Available. I'm going to press on Environment, and you see that there, Reader View Available. And that's what I want. I want that Reader View Available. Now, not all websites have that, but most of the ones that you're going to use for research, or the students are going to use for research, should have that option available. And the way that you're going to know that is if you see these little lines on the top corner of your address bar. So first I'm going to show you the entire screen being read. So I'm going to swipe down from the very top.
TSHA, the Handbook of Texas Online, TSHA Press, Education, Southwestern Historical Quarterly, advertised by the
If you
Texas
notice,
Almanac, London, Texas Almanac
it moved that little black bar
you wish to search for.
over to the side.
Almanac Home, searchable
I'm going to tap on that.
Related links, Teacher's Guide.
After I tapped on that arrow, it opened up my menu here for the speech options. if you notice, it's highlighting everything that it's reading. It's going to read the entire website. So this page here is going to read the entire thing. If I want the speech to go slower,
About us.
I
Archive.
tap
Contact
on the
us.
turtle.
Topics. Agriculture. Business. Counties. Culture. Education.
If I want it to go faster, I'm going to tap on
environment.
the rabbit.
Plant life. Wildlife. Facts. Profile. Flags. Symbols. Government. History. Holidays. Obituaries. Population. Pronunciation. Recreation. Religion. Science. Sports. TX Almanac Facebook link. Share on Twitter. Share on email. More sharing services. Environment. Physical regions. The physical state of Texas. Extreme weather records. Weather event history. Rainfall. First.
So if you notice, it's reading the entire, everything that's on this page is going to read it to me. Now, I kind of don't want that because I want it to read the information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the reader out. This menu bar here for my speech, I'm going to leave it out. If I want to make it smaller, I press on this little arrow and it's going to move it over to the left. I'm going to press on these little bars here on the side. And if you notice, it eliminated almost everything that's on here and just gave me only the words and the information. And that's all I want, because I want to be able to listen to this entire page. So now, I'm going to open up my menu bar for my speech, and I'm going to press play.
Freeze. Last freeze. Weather data by county.
So after I open up my reader view, I'm going to swipe down again.
Physical regions.
If you still have the previous menu bar open, make sure that you press on the X and you open it up again so that it reads this page. I want it to read this page, so I'm going to select that again. And if you notice, it already started selecting everything that's on here. Now, the menu bar will go away on its own. You can also kind of drag it around, move it around if you want. If it's kind of in the way, just press and hold and then just drag it where you want. I usually tend to keep it at the top left-hand corner. And I want the entire page read to me. So I'm going to press play.
Physical regions. The physical state of Texas, extending from sea level at the Gulf of Mexico to over 8,000 feet in the Guadalupe Mountains of far west Texas and from the semi-tropical lower Rio Grande Valley to the high plains of the Panhandle. Texas has...
If at any point I notice that it's reading the text too fast, I open up my menu from the side and I tap on the turtle. So it's going to slow it down for me.
Natural environment best described as varied. Below is a summary of the size, the boundaries, the highs and the lows of the state. Area of Texas. Texas.
Now, that's just an example of what you could use it for. You can use it for anything that, again, has your selection available. In case you're unable to use it, you'll notice if you select something and you want it to speak, it will not have that option up at the top. You can always have it read the entire screen to you. That is going to be something that is very useful if you do have your reader available. And in your reader, a neat thing about it is you can also make the text bigger. If you notice, I have my options here to make the text bigger or smaller. I have a small a and then I have a big A. So I am going to have my text made smaller, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here. Or if I need the text bigger for those students that require bigger text, and there you go. And it's going to read it the same. If you press pause, it's going to pause it. Wherever you left off, you can resume it. If you want to make the voice faster or slower, you can control that here. Once you're done with your speak screen, you simply press on the X, and you're done. After I finish listening to that page, I can go ahead and press on my reader again here, and it's going to take me back to the original website.